Hey, my name is Zack Ayers. I'm a Scrum Master here at Excella. I'm excited to be talking to you all about Andon Cords within development teams and how my team experimented with it and what we learned from that experiment. So what's an Andon cord? The Andon cord was made famous at the Toyota production system, where at Toyota they had a physical rope strung along their assembly line that frontline employees were empowered to pull whenever they noticed a defect go through in their process. This would bring a team of employees as well as managers together to identify a path forward with whatever the defect was to resolve it. So I had heard about the Andon cord from one of my mentors here at Excella, just from talking to him about some collaboration issues that my team was having and their desire to improve upon their collaboration as a group. So from my conversations with my mentor, I started doing some research on my own about what the Andon cord was and maybe some strategies that we could use as a team to implement it. So I made a presentation for my team to talk about the Andon cord, and at the end of it I just asked them what they wanted to do with that information. And I was really careful not to tell them what to do, but rather ask them what to do, because I wanted them to feel empowered, that it was their decision, it was going to be their experiment to own. So they were really excited about it, and I was pumped to see their enthusiasm. And so they decided to create their own Andon cord. And what it was, or what it is a Slack bot integration that whenever somebody typed Andon in our Slack, it would trigger a bunch of lights going off in our room, as well as a little dancing tube man. They would pull this Andon cord whenever they felt stuck or needed some help from the team. Initially, the results were great. We were pulling the Andon cord about every other day, having a lot more conversations than we did previously. But in July, 2 months after we kicked off the experiment, we noticed that we weren't pulling the Andon cord at all. In fact, it went to 0 pulls a day, and our cycle time more than tripled at the same time. So we looked at this data and we talked about it. We figured that we still weren't comfortable pulling the Andon cord because, one, we didn't want to admit it when we were wrong on something or when we felt stuck, and two, we didn't want to interrupt each other. If I was a developer, I didn't want to just impose my issues on somebody else. And so our team decided to change the verbiage of when to pull the Andon cord to be whenever we need the opinion of the team. We love having fun together as a team. We love going out to team lunches, and so we started pulling the Andon cord when somebody wanted to grab lunch or when it was time to have our weekly high-low conversation. And so by pulling the Andon cord for non-development related things, it got us in the habit of pulling it for those development related issues when we were stuck or when we needed help. And we noticed an immediate change. We noticed that our cycle time went down to an all-time low. At the same time, our Andon cords pulls went up to almost once a day. So this was great. It was great to see the results of this, and this trend continued over time, that when we were pulling the Andon cord more, our cycle time decreased. And so we were improving the flow of our work by collaborating more often. So ultimately, I would love to see this experimented with across a lot of teams, including yours. And I'm excited to share this with you. And if your team is struggling with collaboration or just loves to experiment with cool things, be sure to try it out and come check it out. I'll be speaking at the DevOps Enterprise Summit in Las Vegas on October 30th at 2:30 p.m. in Nolita 2, and hope to see you there to talk about Andon cords.